Right now, somewhere in America, a 65-year-old is opening their retirement account for the first time in months. The number they see is not the number they expected. This video is about what that number means and what every number before it means. From $0 to $1 million. Because where you land at retirement was decided by decisions you made decades earlier. And most people don't realize that until it's too late to change it. Here is every level of retirement savings and what life looks like at each one. Find where you are and figure out what comes next. Level 1, $0. 28% of Americans have nothing saved for retirement. Not a little, not a small account somewhere. 0. And here is the most important thing about Level 1. It is not a character flaw. 57 million American workers have no access to a retirement plan through their employer. If nobody offers you the account and nobody teaches you to open one yourself, 0 is where you stay. But here is the hard truth about Level 1. Every year you stay here costs you more than you think. Not just in savings, in compounding. $1,000 invested at 25 grows to over $10,000 by 65. The same $1,000 invested at 45 grows to less than $3,000. Time is the only retirement resource that cannot be replaced. And at Level 1, the clock is running. Level 2, $1 to $10,000. You started. That sounds small, but statistically, starting is the hardest part. Most Americans who reach Level 2 did it through one thing: automatic enrollment in a workplace plan. Not willpower, not discipline. A checkbox on an HR form, which means the difference between Level 1 and Level 2 is often not motivation. It is access. If you are at Level 2, the single most important move is to not cash it out. 40% of Americans who change jobs cash out their retirement account instead of rolling it over. They pay taxes, they pay penalties, and they go back to Level 1. The second most important move: increase your contribution by 1%. 1% of your paycheck. Most people never feel it, but over 30 years, it changes everything. Level 3, $10,000 to $50,000. This is where most Americans in their 30s live. The median retirement savings for Americans under 35 is around $13,000. And here is what this level feels like. It feels like progress. But the math says something different. A commonly used benchmark suggests you should have 1 times your salary saved by age 30. On a $50,000 salary, that is $50,000. Most Americans at 30 have less than $20,000. The gap between where you are and where you should be is already forming. And the longer it stays open, the harder it is to close. The move at Level 3 is to stop treating retirement savings as what is left over after everything else. Pay yourself first. Automate it. If it hits your retirement account before you see it, you will not miss it. If it sits in your checking account, it will be gone by Friday. Level 4, $50,000 to $100,000. This level feels like a milestone, and it is. But it is also where the first real danger appears. Complacency. People at level 4 often think, I have something now, I can slow down a little. Here is why that thinking is expensive. The benchmark at age 40 is 3 times your salary. On a $50,000 salary, $150,000. Most Americans at 40 have less than $90,000. You are behind. And your 40s are the most powerful decade left. Because compound interest needs time to work, and your 40s are some of the last years where time is still on your side. The move at level 4. Close the gap aggressively now. Because the cost of waiting 5 years at 40 is not 5 years of savings. It is 20 years of compounding you will never get back. Level 5. $100,000 to $250,000. This is where you start to feel real. A 6-figure retirement account feels like security. But here is the number that changes that feeling. The median retirement savings for Americans aged 55 to 64, the people on the doorstep of retirement, is $185,000. That is level 5. And here is what $185,000 actually generates in retirement income. Using the 4% withdrawal rule, $7,400 a year. $7,400 per year. Add Social Security at roughly $23,000 a year, and you have $30,000 total annual income. In 2026, America, $30,000 is survival mode. Most people at level 5 are closer to crisis than they realize. The move at level 5. Maximize every catch-up contribution available. If you are 50 or older, you can contribute $31,000 to your retirement account this year. Not the standard $23,500. $31,000. And if you are 60 to 63, the Secure 2.0 Act lets you contribute $35,750. This window closes at 64. Use it while you have it. Level 6, $250,000 to $500,000. Here is where something shifts. At this level, your money starts working harder than you do. $250,000, growing at 7%, adds $17,500 without you touching it. In 1 year. That is more than many Americans save in 5 years of active contributions. Compounding is no longer a concept at level 6. It is a paycheck. But here is the risk at this level. Fees. On a $250,000 account, the difference between a 1% fee and a 0.1% fee is over $70,000 over 20 years. At level 6, where your money goes matters as much as how much you put in. Check your expense ratios. Switch to low-cost index funds. The move that built this level is not the same move that protects it. Level 7, $500,000 to $1 million. Only about 9% of Americans ever reach this level. 9%. If you are here, you are not average. But you are also not finished. Because $500,000 generates $20,000 per year at 4% withdrawal. Add Social Security, and you have roughly $43,000. That is livable, but it is not comfortable. And here is what almost nobody at level 7 accounts for. Healthcare. The average 65-year-old today will spend $120,000 on healthcare in retirement. That number comes directly out of level 7. The move at level 7: protect what you have built. Diversify beyond one account type. Have Roth accounts growing tax-free. Have taxable accounts for flexibility. Because one market crash at the wrong moment in retirement can undo a decade of work. Level 8, $1 million and above. Americans think they need $1.46 million to retire comfortably in 2026. That is the magic number they say when asked. But here is the reality at level 8. $1 million generates $40,000 per year at 4% withdrawal. Add Social Security, and you have over $63,000 a year. For most Americans, in most parts of the country, that is comfortable. Not rich. Comfortable. And level 8 is the level where, for many Americans, money finally stops being the primary source of fear. Not because you have everything, but because you have enough. Enough to cover the unexpected, enough to not work if you don't want to, enough to leave something behind. That is what every level below this one was building toward. Now let's connect everything. Most Americans are somewhere between level 3 and level 5. Behind the benchmark, feeling like they're doing okay, not knowing exactly how far behind they are. The gap between where most people are and where they need to be is not fixed by working harder. It is fixed by understanding the math and making one decision this week that moves you from one level to the next. So here is what to do right now. 1. Find out what level you are at. Log into every retirement account you have. Add the balances together. Write down that number. 2. Compare it to a commonly used benchmark. 1 times your salary at 30, 3 times at 40, 6 times at 50, 10 times at 67. How far is the gap? 3. Make one change this week. Increase your contribution by 1%. Open an account if you don't have one. Roll over the account from your old job that you have been ignoring. One move this week. Every level in this video was built by people who made one small decision and then made it again. Which means the only person who is going to move you from the level you are at to the level you want to be at is you. The math is available to everyone, but almost nobody looks at it. Now you have. Next video, every level of credit card debt from $500 to $50,000 and what life looks like at each one. See you there.